Brodes Media.
Some of you out there really thought that I wasn't going to talk about Zack Wheeler's contract with everything Jason Kelce going on. Are you delusional? Of course we're going to talk about this 3-year extension. Of course we're going to talk about the dude who's got the biggest nutsack on the squad, who could take the ball with the game on the line, season on the line, season on the line, Game 7, NLCS, NLDS, Game 5, World Series, Game 7, it doesn't matter. This guy's got the attitude. This guy's got the demeanor, everything. The electricity, the stuff, the power. He'll blow it by you 98, 99 outside paint job to start the first inning. Of course, we'll have our cup of coffee on a Tuesday morning here to rip through the excellence of Dave Dombrowski and Zack Wheeler, because I'm in love, and now we have him for 4 years, this year plus the 3-year extension, and we were debating what would be the best route for the Phillies. We know they like to go down the path of a lot of years, so that puts the AAV down, and then you can work luxury tax thresholds, this and that. Look at all the contracts here. That's normally how they operate their business, but would it be more beneficial, considering that Zack Wheeler is closer to mid-30s than not, to go short-term and really boost that AAV up so you're not tied to anything long-term? And by no means is this all Phillies related. When you read up on how Zack Wheeler wanted to approach this, it seems like this is also the perfect fit for him, where he is comfortable lengthwise. He wasn't saying, hey, I want to pitch for 9, 10 more years. Let's do this thing, right? I want to know that I'm tied down and I'm solidified in a spot and I have 10 years left to throw in the baseball. Doesn't seem like that's sort of his mentality, and this is almost a perfect blend for both sides. Love the fit, love the size of the contract for the Phils, and for Zack Wheeler, he gets a ton of money. He's here with his family. He just had another baby, so for all of it to come together and his family knows that they're staying in Philly, this place is ready to rock. They're making consistent playoff runs. You're the ace of the staff. You're magnificent. I love Zack Wheeler to death. My God, how cool and calm I am when I know it's a Wheeler day. There's nothing like it in life, and you got to think that this might be one of the best contracts ever. Matt Klentak with one of the best contracts ever, signing a free agent. And isn't this so Mets? I mean, isn't this truly so Mets for him to leave? And trust me, I understand why maybe the Mets didn't feel as intense about him going to a different city as they did at the time, because I didn't expect this type of result from the signing. I thought you got a good professional pitcher. I think you got a nice starter and someone that I can't even say you could rely on, because his injuries were piling up in Queens left and right. But if healthy, he is a very strong, solid arm for you, and that's sort of what I projected. And he ended up becoming maybe one of the best signings in franchise history. And this is an organization that signed frickin' Bryce Harper. Bryce Harper. Now, obviously, Bryce Harper sells more tickets, sells more jerseys, sells more merchandise, but from this is what we're getting, this is how much we paid to get him, this is what he turned into. Matt Klentak might get a round of applause for the best in Phillies franchise history. It makes me sick, but it makes me laugh at the same exact time. And the question becomes now, are they done? Where do they go from here? Now, there was a report prior to the signing from Bob Nightingale, and take it for what it is, because a lot of these baseball reporters get slandered left and right for being all over the place. But in a free agent breakdown on USA Today, Bob Nightingale linked Snell with the Phillies, writing that, quote, the Philadelphia Phillies have interest in Blake Snell, but only on a 1-year or short-term contract. Then I saw Jason Stark was on 97.5 The Fanatic, and here's a quote from Jason Stark, and you know how connected this guy is. I really do I do miss talking to him because he joined us every Wednesday during the baseball season, and I said one time on this channel that Dave Dombrowski is ASMR for Phillies fans. Well, so is Jason Stark from a veteran reporter level. He's one of the best ever. Hall of Famer. It's amazing. Jason Stark is money when it comes to baseball, and this is what he said. I've never heard anybody in the Phillies hierarchy say that they have any interest in Blake Snell. You're giving up a draft pick, international money, and not to mention the contract you sign him to. I can't see how it works for the Phils. So I obviously trust Jason Stark's reporting, and yeah, it doesn't surprise me that maybe he's hearing that there's no real juice behind that, and he's never heard anybody talk about that. But I will say this, just from a general level, right? The longer Montgomery and Snell are hanging around free agency, if I ask Dave Dombrowski on the spot, yo, you can get Blake Snell on a one-year deal, you can get Blake Snell on a tinier contract and take a swing on that type of name with that type of ceiling, with that type of resume, say what you will about innings pitched, say what you will about walks, this, that, the other thing. If it was for a short-term deal with the roster that's ready to go win right now, and you can slot him behind Aaron Nola, and now Ranger Suarez is your 4, that's outrageous. Imagine if the Phillies were in a wild card series. Unfortunately, in this hypothetical, they don't beat out the Braves for the NL East title, although it won't matter because when they see each other in the NLDS or NLCS, the Braves are going to get absolutely bent over. Bend them over! That's right. Oh, that all started during the Phillies playoff run, and we're going to get that again. Remember a little bit of this? Holy hell! Bend them over! What else we got on this?
Nick Castellanos has the biggest ball sack ever.
Unbelievable. I can't wait for that time again. I'll tell you what. Happy birthday, Nick Castellanos, by the way. But if that's what you get in a 3-game wild card series and it goes to 3 games, once again, probably not ideal. We have to play a 3-game series. I hope you get it done at 2. CBP's on fire. You don't need to go to a 3rd game, and then you kind of get ready and settled in and get your rotation the way that you want it due to the circumstances. Anyway. Here's Zack Wheeler, Aaron Nola, Blake Snell. Are you serious? Of course, Dave Dombrowski would try to do that. So the longer this thing goes, and the longer these guys are hanging around the free agency market, I do think that door continues to crack open. Right now, it's just a slither, okay? And I don't think that getting Zack Wheeler to an extension changes any of their forward thinking here, because Dave Dombrowski's been saying this since 1962. Yeah, we are going to connect with Zack Wheeler. We're going to get this guy extended. He's one of the best pitchers in all of baseball. So, yeah, we're doing this. So that was always a part of Dave Dombrowski's desk when you went into his office and you could see where he was thinking. You could see some of the timeline stuff. He's got the big picture. He's got the short term. He's got this. He's got that. Well, I mean, dude, Zack Wheeler extension was already piled up and put to the side. That didn't stop them from reaching out and trying to go snag Yamamoto for $700 billion. So that is definitely not stopping them. Wheeler's contract extension not stopping them from putting their foot on the gas.